Welcome back to this 1 versus 2. What you can see here is my brother, the Zerg player, has this Nidus worm. Here, I'll start to speed up again. And he's got, well, he had 6, now 4 queens, which he's using to repair. He can repair anything. The queens can repair each other. The queens can repair the spine crawlers. He's laying creep colonies, and he's slowly taking over the Terran base here. This is one of the nice things I like about the animations. As you can see here, the queens here, they don't move as well when they're not on creep. But when they're next to a building, they use their talon-y type things. But when they start attacking air, they shoot out these little spines. So you have different. You can see even the hydras like that. They have different animations for hitting units close to each other versus hitting units that are far away. So you can see here my ally is getting a few banshees out. What he did here, which was kind of neat, is he lifted off his 2 barracks that were here and put the starports down instead so that he could quickly use these tech labs to spit out a bunch of banshees. And for those of you who don't know, banshees are air to ground, so they can't hit other air units, but they are pretty effective against ground units. And he's going to come around here and take out this Nidus worm. But there's still these 4 queens. So unless the Zerg player rebuilds his Nidus worm, he's not going to have any reinforcements, at least this way, unless he comes through the front door. But he's still using these creep. He's still taking over the Terran base, and the Terran's got basically just this, just his natural expansion. So you can see he's really. I was going to say he's really taking a hit on his income. Although if you compare his income to the Zerg player's income, he still has more harvesters than the Zerg player. He's getting less gas, but he's actually getting 800 minerals to the Zerg player's 500 minerals. And so, again, this probably has a lot to do with the fact that this hatchery went here and not here. It probably would have been more useful here, because then the Zerg player could have been harvesting out of 2 spots. Because now even with this one spot, both the Zerg and Terran are only mining out of 1 spot, but the Terran's still getting close to as much resources. Although it's a little bit less now that these spine crawlers are here, beginning to attack some of his, some of his SCVs while they try to get resources. So here you can see the queens healing each other and slowly whittling down the banshees. And finally, I'm slow to arrive with reinforcements, but hopefully I have enough zealots here to save my ally from what was looking to be a very bleak situation. And it is just enough. Although my ally still has this problem that there's all these creep tumors all over his base. He has to scanner sweep just in order to clear out his base here. And of course, the Zerg player still has an overseer in here, but because there's only zealots and banshees, we can't actually attack the overseer. The overseer, with this new patch 13, the overseer now has infested Terrans. This is an ability that used to be given to the infestors, and now it's given to the overseer. 125 energy. They also have this ability called Contaminate, which they could use to cover, say, buildings, and what it does is it stops those buildings from working for 30 seconds, it says. So that's an ability that unfortunately my brother doesn't use, so we won't get to see it used in this game. And then from here we just let's see. So I'm scouting for expansions because I know he's trying to set up an expansion here. I don't have quite enough. 1 Void Ray is not going to do the trick against this many Hydras, but I decide to set up my force here so that I can see if he's retreating. Now that my ally has enough banshees, he's going to send those around to attack. Let's see. So, in the meantime, I'm going to set some Vocon cannons up here. Here come the Banshees. They're going to come and attack the supply lines. There's one queen there, but against the 5 Banshees, she doesn't last very long. And you can see the number of harvesters the Zerg player has going down. He tries to quickly cut off the workers here, but while he's distracted there, my zealots finally have charge come in. They're upgraded. Their shields and their weapons are upgraded. The Zerg player doesn't have any upgrades, and the nice thing about this double attack again is while they're down here killing my workers, the Banshees have come in here and taken out their income. So this is the problem with a 2 versus 1, or it's good for the 2 of us, but this is where the game starts to take a bad turn for the Zerg player. He's just got too much to take on all at once. He sends in the roaches to try to stop against these towers I'm putting up, but I have a couple of void rays up here that quickly chase him away. He is rebuilding his hatchery here, although, oh, he has an overlay. I was going to say, I had a void ray here which comes and torments his hatchery now and then. So I'm quickly sending a probe in just to get a sense of what he's doing in his base. In the meantime, Banshees are back to harass again. Banshees being taken out by the Hydras. But now the Zerg player is only down to 4 harvesters, so hardly getting any resources, and he's almost mined out entirely. So this hatchery is really crucial. So Protoss comes in with some Dark Templars to try to snipe and take out, but of course there is an Overseer, so they don't manage to finish that off. And so this is the last remaining 4. So this is if the Zerg player can't get this hatchery up and can't start mining from here, he's just going to fall further and further behind to these 2 players. Although he does manage to pick off those 2 Banshees. And the Terran player, with his 19 harvesters, is starting to get back in the game. He's getting 500 minerals per minute and 100 gas. So the Zerg player decides to come put some pressure on the Protoss player. The Protoss player has been building a couple warp prisms to try to warp units around the map. Protoss player is now operating off, well, you can see here, he's got 5 gateways here, and then another 3 gateways back here, and 2 stargates to build void rays and other air units with. So I think at this point the Zerg player decides to go for elimination. He knows that there's that I'm down, that the Protoss player, which of course is me, is down here taking out his buildings. But I think at this point he realizes that the situation is quite bleak for him, and just tries to see if he can take out one of us before the game is over. So it's an interesting kind of battle on 2 fronts here, with the Zerg player attacking the Terran. Terran tries to lift off to attack, and the Protoss player coming in here to try to finish off the Zerg base. You can kind of see it from his perspective. Or see it from my perspective. And I'm building extra bases. Or my allies' perspective. Base is under attack. And he repairs his command center. And he sends his units down to try to stop it, but I managed to take out his base, and that's the end of the match.